Hello and welcome to the EduTalk Author Series, hosted by Biotone EduPartner Program, and massage industry authors. The EduTalk Author Series is a bonus extension to EduTalk Tuesdays to further support virtual learning and connect you with industry authors who, through their books and textbooks, support your career success. Today's author is Sally Fryer Dietz, an internationally recognized pediatric physical therapist, sensory integration specialist, author, and child advocate. She's founder and director of Integrative Pediatric Therapy and has technique and diplomat certification in craniosacral therapy through Upledger Institute, as well as extensive training in other modalities. Let's listen and learn as Sally shares her insights, inspiration, tools, and tips from her book, When Kids Fly: Solutions for Children with Sensory Integration Challenges. And hello, Sally. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, it's really nice to be here. Thank you so much.
Yes, and before I step off the screen, please hold up your book so people get a look at it. And I'll turn it over to you now to discuss further. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Well, we're going to talk about my book, When Kids Fly, today. And I wrote this book primarily for other professionals, for teachers, and for parents. Just a little bit about how it started. I've been in pediatrics for over 40 years, working with children and families. And it became a lot more personal when my own child began to have some issues at the age of around 5 and 6. So in my search to find him a therapist in Dallas, Texas, where I had just moved, I realized that there was nobody who was able to do, well, I didn't even know about craniosacral therapy then, but do sensory integration therapy. So I started my practice for children like him and my quest to find all the different therapies that could really help to support him in his developmental needs. That was 28 years ago, so it's been a long time. But as I worked with kids and families, I realized that one of the great obstacles was that so many teachers really didn't understand how to explain sensory integration and challenges to their parents when there was a problem in the classroom. And parents had a hard time understanding, what is wrong with my child, or is there something wrong with my child, or what are all the different things that could help support my child. So really, this was written for that audience, to be able to help professionals share information with parents so that they understand what are all the things that we can do. As it turned out, my son had attention deficit, and the only option at the time when we started was medication. And so there's a lot of frustration that can come with that from parents, and a lot of fear and the search for other options besides medication. And so in this, we talk about a lot of those different options, one of which is craniosacral therapy. Back when I was first starting in practice, even sensory integration seemed like it was something that nobody really understood. Pediatricians didn't really know what it was. I had teachers asking me if this was some new therapy or whatever. And it's a therapy that was developed in the 50s. So it's been around for a long, long time, just like craniosacral therapy has. More recently, sensory integration has come to be pretty mainstream, and craniosacral therapy went through that same process of getting more integrated into mainstream therapy practices. And certainly in my experience here now in Dallas, we get lots of referrals from physicians and from teachers and lots of different areas for cranial work, so that it is becoming more understood. But a lot of that is from sharing all this information. So anyway, the book takes you through my journey as a parent and also as a therapist, and the things that help to support my own son have helped really thousands of children since then. I've been in practice in Dallas, Texas since 1994, and I've seen lots and lots of children with autism, pervasive developmental disorders, attention deficits, developmental delays, and now we have so many other things that we even work with. And there is no one way to approach any one individual or child, in my opinion. I feel like the more tools you bring to the table, the better you are to be able to help support your kids. And it's good practice to understand all the different options that are out there and see which ones pique your interest, and that you can learn and develop more. The craniosacral therapy has been a game changer in our practice, and just in helping to support kids and parents, even in their children's development and progress. For anxiety, it's been a blessing, working with mothers and babies, and colic and reflux and all the other things that all contribute into just how a child grows and develops in a healthy way. So again, having the information available to you to be able to know what other people are doing, as well as where you fit into that big picture and how you can help support your clients and patients and families. I think we never stop learning, and the more you can learn and the more you have access to, the better therapist you are. So I hope that you will look at reading, this book and learning more about all the different kinds of options that are available to you and your families and your patients. And if you're interested in purchasing it, you can look on the website for the upledger.com website under products, and it's there. You can also look at my website, iptkids.com, and there's lots of information on all these different therapies, including the craniosacral therapy. And I want you to know my son today is now a very successful attorney and has a family of his own. And these kids, they do grow up. And the more we bring to the table to help to support them, I think the more options they have to be able to have their own successful lives as they grow up and get older. So thank you. And if you want to find a therapist in your area who can help you with craniosacral therapy, if you feel like you need some help with this, you can look on the upledger.com website as well under Find a Therapist, and you've got all kinds of information there to help you.
Well, thank you so much, Sally, for giving us some insight and your inspiration, and to hear how well your son is doing today. So good work that you're doing. Also, I believe that through AHI, that the book can be purchased on that website. And do you have that website address to mention as well?
Look under upledger.com and the products tab, or you can look at shop.iahe.com, and you can
Wonderful.
under When Kids Fly.
Wonderful. And hold the book up again so that in parting we can be sure everyone sees the book and commits the title to memory. Thank you so much for joining us. And if people need to reach you with any specific questions, they would do it through your website. And again, that is?
It's iptkids.com for integrative pediatric therapy, KIDS.com.
Wonderful.
My email is on there as well. So if anybody needs to contact me directly, they can find it on the website. So I really appreciate your listening, and hope you'll find this a valuable tool, however you might use it.
It sounds like it would be. Thank you so much, Sally.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.